Hello everybody, how's it going today? We're gonna do some home education on grounding connections for the electrical systems. A lot of you may live in newer homes now and they're doing things a little bit differently. We just wanted to show it to you. There's a small defect that's actually very easily repaired, but if it's not, it wouldn't allow for proper connections of the electrical grounding system, which you don't want and stuff. But let's show you what we're talking about here, and it is the grounding system. Your panels are outside in our local area. I know a lot of you that watch these videos just freak out. It is kind of weird. We would like to actually see our panels better weather shield, but they don't. And this is why you get all this dust and stuff. And a lot of times when we open them up, there is, mounds of mud and stuff inside there. I'm an electrician as well, so we get calls out to do all kinds of things. And you'd be amazed how many times that dirt is causing issues on your connections and stuff. Anyway, so there's your main breaker if you ever want to turn it off. And no matter where you live, the new rules actually state that the meter and the main breaker now need to be outside as well. So on your homes, you're going to see this guy out here, but where else you live, they're probably going to be installing this back on the inside of your home as regular. Okay, let's show you some defects and how to make them happy. So really simple things. The panel's not sitting nice and flush. The breakers aren't seated properly, and it's compressing on them. So that's where you're going to get your little lizards in our areas and other bugs and other locations. But they get in there, and you have to call my electric company at 2 o'clock in the morning because you don't have any power, and there's a lizard under your breaker. So we need to get this bent properly and get the breakers properly seated so that the panel sits as it's intended. Back to the grounding education things. So we used to see the grounding connection on our water lines for longest time ever. We currently have that plastic piping, so they can't do it anymore. One of the benefits I wanted to show you of one of the new systems we have is this external bonding connection here. In the past, a lot of exterior utility companies used to have to scrape the paint, put little band straps there. It was never the right thing to do. It could cause rusting to the conduit, not a good connection to begin with, things like that. So if you have one of these or other styles that actually connect up under, that is what you want them to connect to, okay? And now over here, this is where we're going to show you your oofer. This is where your actual ground rod and connection point is, depending on the way they did your house. And with this one, the oofer actually connects to the foundation. Oddly enough, they brought the wire out of the panel here, and a lot of times it's actually behind the building materials, and then it goes down in through the stucco. So you come into your garage, and if anybody's ever wondered why you have a blank cover plate on your wall, well, it's nothing they missed, nothing, just a junction box. We've already prepped this one. That's where the connection point is for the oofer, your concrete encased grounding electrode. So there it is. We want to be able to get to this, so don't put any big shelves or anything inside in front of it. If there's ever any issues, I want to get here to make sure it's proper and tight, and that's what we're doing on inspection. The minor defect is the acorn connection is backwards. They call this an acorn fitting because of what it looks like, but the grounding wire right there needs to actually be on the back side. When it's installed like this, see if you can see right there, stick my giant finger in the way, the screw is barely touching the wire and there's nothing on the edges. When you actually have that wire on the back side of the acorn, it compresses properly and it gets as much as the circumference of that wire connected so that it's properly grounded. All right, so that connection we showed you inside the garage, if you've ever wondered what it is, sometimes it's in the garage if the panel's on the other side of that. If it's on the other side of a bedroom, you might see it behind your bed. We always want to keep it nice and accessible, but that's your grounding connections. So this is for utilities, exterior, they can connect to that. Of course, you always want to make sure the bonding one for the gas is proper so there's no booms, and keep that guy inside nice and clear and happy. Okay, guys? Have a great day. Bye.